Hi gang! Yesterday I was asked if you could open an Illustrator file in Photoshop. The answer is yes you can. Let me show you how to do it. So here I have an Illustrator file with a long sleeve t-shirt in it, and we're going to open it up in Photoshop. The first step is to turn off all the layers that you don't want to see in Photoshop. So I'll go into my layers file and I'm going to turn off the template. And you can see I even have some other stuff in this file, but I'm making sure I've turned it all off. And now I'm going to save the file. File, Save As, and this is called long sleeve tee, so I'm just going to click Save. All right, now I can go ahead and go into Photoshop. I'm just going to open the file through Photoshop. So I go up to File, Open. I'm going to navigate to where I saved this file, and it was called long sleeve tee. There's the file, and I'm going to click Open. Now there are a few settings in this dialog box that need to be changed before you can go ahead and click OK. First of all, we want to make sure that anti-alias is unchecked. The resolution needs to stay at 300, and the mode should be RGB. So you want to check to make sure all of those things are correct. Anti-alias is not checked. The resolution is 300 and the mode is RGB color, and now we can click OK. And the file will open with only the objects that were visible in Photoshop. Now, for some reason it opened with my grid on, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off my extras and zoom in really close, and you can see that it's a really hard edge because we turned off anti-alias. This is going to make it much easier to fill. And when you print it, you'll never see that because I was zoomed in so close. Here's a quick way to fill it. We're going to make an additional layer on the page, and that layer is going to go underneath the layer with my flat in it. So let's call this flat. So I've got my flat layer, and underneath is going to be my color layer. Now I'm going to go to my flat layer. I'm going to click on this drop down here for layer blend modes, and we're going to select multiply. And the reason for that is that multiply makes white transparent, and so if I color in the layer below this, you'll be able to see through this white stuff that I've got. And I can do this really quickly with the paint bucket. I'm going to grab the paint bucket. I'll select a color. Click OK. And when I click on the paint bucket, I want to check a few settings here. One of the ones that I want to make sure, well, actually, it's these three that we want to check. The first one here is anti-alias. I want this to not be checked, just like before, so it fills all the way out to the edges, and it doesn't add any other color pixels or blended pixels. The next button to talk about is this one here, which is called Fill Composite Image. What that means is if it's not checked and I click on something, it's only going to read what's in that layer and disregard information on other layers. But I wanted it to pay attention to the outlines of my shirt on this layer, so that's not going to work. We need to make sure that this is checked. And now when I click on it, it's going to only fill within my shirt. Now the reason it filled all the white instead of just the one piece I clicked on is because of this middle icon here. This icon fills only contiguous pixels. And what that means is if that's checked and I click on the sleeve, it'll fill only the sleeve, only this sleeve, only the bodice. But if I uncheck it so contiguous is turned off, it'll universally fill all of the white on my page. And that is how you can fill a garment in Photoshop by opening an Illustrator file. And I do take requests, so if there's anything you'd like to see me do, just post in the comments section below. And thanks for watching. If you want to learn more Adobe for Fashion, check out my courses on lynda.com and also on LinkedIn Learning. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If so, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click the little bell icon so you'll be notified when new videos are posted.